Alright, so we're starting to pressure wash. We're going to pressure wash the headers that I cleaned yesterday. Already pressure washed the exhaust pipe. It looks much nicer, but alright, so pro tip, make sure you dry your headers off if you wash them. So they just rusted right back up on me on all the big rust spots. So I'm going to have to sand those down again. Yeah. Interesting, huh? This one too. Just in certain spots, not all over. You know, but kind of interesting. So I will definitely sand those down again. And then I guess I'll probably just blow them off with air this time instead of pressure washing them. That didn't rust back up. It's interesting, but yeah. So I'll have to do that. Not a big deal. All right, so the headers are painted. I brought them inside since it's so humid out so that they could dry. It looks a lot nicer than the rusty things we started with. I think they came out pretty good. So those will look a lot nicer on the car. Okay, so I just finished power washing the head. Exhaust ones look pretty good. There's still a little bit in there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take some carbon choke and parts cleaner and a toothbrush and just get in there and see if I can just clean those up a little bit more and a little bit better. There's a little bit on here as well. See if I can just get that off. So, all right. So, got it cleaned out. Exhaust ports are pretty clean. I mean, I scrubbed them, power washed them. You know, unless I'm gonna get in there and take any kind of material off, which I'm not going to. That's as clean as those are going to get. So now I will just use some compressed air and dry this off. And we'll move on to the cam tower. Okay, so now we're on to the cam tower. I'm not really expecting this to get any cleaner per se, but I want to get all the dust and everything off of it. Get any of the metal shavings out. The same thing, you know, with the head. That's really what that was, is just to get everything off of it and get it really kind of cleaned up and ready for everything. So we'll do that, and then I think I'll pressure wash these and see how that goes. So I got this off the camshaft, so that collar did move. So I was pushing, and pop, and the thing came flying off and it hit the ground and crack. Luckily, that's not going to matter. But that's just kind of a pain in the ass bummer that happened. It hit right on that corner. So, but that doesn't attach to anything. That doesn't seal up against anything. So, I think we'll be all right. Okay, so we are going to power. I haven't washed these at all. I haven't done anything, so we're going to see how the power washing does on it. Yeah, we'll take a look at that, and then go from there. I guess I got to get that gasket off of there. Also, boy, that's really on there. Let me try to get that off first, but then we'll power wash it and I'll show you the after. Alright, so here we are with them all cleaned up. So they look much better. I think I'm still going to take a wheel to them and try polishing them up a little bit. So as I was doing this more, I noticed that one and that one. And if you notice, that hole is bigger. So then on this, that hole is bigger. So is that one. So I think at some point in time, those bolts snapped and they had to be drilled out, and that's what they put in there. So that worked out well. Okay, so we got the parts downstairs, and we're going to start working on seeing if we can just polish these up a little bit. I'm going to start with this. So bought some things off of Amazon, and these are just wheels. So that's 120, 180, 320, and 400. So I'm going to start and see how that looks doing those. And then I got some polish, and I got some polishing things for the drill as well. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so that is with the 400. So I don't know, maybe just throw a little polish on there. Let's see what it looks like. So that's putting a little bit of polish on it. It's just a little bit of, look at that. That looks nice. I mean, it's not 100% sanded down, I guess. I mean, I could try to find finer grit things for the Dremel, but I mean, how much money do I really want to spend? But I don't know. If I could get everything to look like that, I'd be happy with that. All right. I can't really get down in there, but I'm not too worried about that because this actually goes like this, and that's going to be kind of covered up. So not totally worried about that, but pretty shiny. So I'm happy with that. So we'll do the other cover, and then maybe we'll work on the cam, and then we'll work on the head. The problem is these things, they're grinding away pretty quick. I kind of started with I kind of found that the red one, which is 310, and I don't know, maybe the green one, starting with the green one. The brown one put pretty deep scratches in, and I don't think I necessarily needed that much. But, yeah, that came out pretty good. I don't know, half hour maybe to do that. All right, well, there's both of them. So this one, not quite as shiny. It was like stained a little bit more. I mean, it's so smooth, but it's just, I mean, it's still shiny. It's not quite as clean as this one. I did the same thing. It just had a little more tarnish on it. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so I kind of started on this already here, but I want to do a little before. I'll do just this side. So that's before. We can see how it's kind of scratched up, kind of heavy. And we will see how we do with this. This is after it is cleaned, and it's pretty shiny. It's not as shiny as the other ones. The scratches, if I did this again, I'd probably soak this maybe somehow and not use the wire brush, because if you look, I mean, there are some pretty deep gouges in there. But it did polish up better because it's kind of hard to see in this light. But that's what it used to look like. And that's what it looks like now. The other thing nice about the pressure washing, if you look, you can see the threads are all nice and clean now. There's a whole bunch of gunk in them, but when I pressure wash, I made sure to get in those holes. So we'll just work on the top and the other side, and we'll go from there. But I mean, that's pretty shiny. It's kind of smooth, but it's not glass smooth. Okay. There it is, all shiny and new. I am not going to paint this. I'm going to put this back on like this. It's not perfect. It's not, shiny smooth like this. But I don't think this was ever going to be like that. But yeah. So I think that cleaned up pretty darn good, if you ask me, considering where we started from. All right, so we forgot, or I forgot, not we, not you, me. Forgot the backside of the cam, so I've got to polish that up. All right. So those are polished up. I cleaned the inside as best I could. I didn't polish the inside, but cleaned it and then polished up the outside. Came out pretty good. I think this was zinc plated, but it was really, really bad. You could kind of see some of the zinc on it still, but it was so bad. It was starting to corrode. So just polish that up as well. Looks much nicer. Everything cleaner on than off.